Hello everybody, this is Shirley with So Too We Begin Embroidery. Thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate that as always. Today I am going to do a tutorial on a software that I purchased from Dime Design in Machine Embroidery. They have been doing this big campaign on Fusion Fix. And the software that they promote with this trend is called Cut and Stitch. And the whole purpose of that software is to combine embroidery, HTV Glitter Vinyl, Siser is what they're promoting, Siser HTV Glitter Vinyl, supposed to rip away when you stitch on it, as well as rhinestones. Now, the software itself allows you to create various designs using those three elements, and it also does other things: vinyl, just plain vinyl cutting, just plain rhinestone design, just plain embroidery, applique, so forth and so on. But the combination of embroidery, applique, HTV vinyl, glitter vinyl, and the rhinestone is what actually piqued my interest and what made me decide that I wanted to try the software, and actually purchase the software and try to learn how to use it. So I fiddled around with it a little bit. I had a 30-minute tutorial that came free with the software, and created a design on my, at least about 3 designs so far that I have created on my own, that I am going to stitch out one of them now. I did a test drive because I also figured out how to send a cut file to Cricut from Embroidery, which is extremely simple. Had no idea that that function was even there, but I had heard it was, found out how to do it. And so I've been able to do that. However, I'm not going to use that cut file process for this particular embroidery project, because I tried it as a demo for myself just to see. And I'm not that well versed with using a Cricut or cutting out vinyl or anything like that. And even though it cut very well, and it was almost perfect, but almost perfect is not good enough. And as far as cutting out appliques, I think that I personally can cut it myself better than what the Cricut did as far as placement and making sure everything is the correct size and it's going to line up properly. So for this particular project, I will be doing my own applique cutting. But anyway, I just wanted to share this tutorial with everybody. I know there are a few people that have been waiting on me to do it, and now I feel like I'm comfortable enough with the software and everything. And I'll show you how I got the software, the design in the software, and then I'll also show you the putting together this project, which I'm going to be stitching on a t-shirt and using the glitter vinyl, which I have here, and I'm going to be adding rhinestone here. The design is, this is my sample, Diva, and you may not be able to see it that well, hopefully you can, but I cut the D, the V, and the A out with the Cricut, cut out perfectly, but it does not fit 100% or line up 100% with the embroidery. And I know it's user's error, not anything other than me not knowing exactly how to do that process properly. So I'm not going to risk it with this. But anyway, that's the whole gist of what we're going to do today. And before we get started, as usual, I want to thank you for stopping by, like I said, and thank you for subscribing. If you have not yet subscribed, please consider to do so. Also, if you have not joined membership of the community for So Too We Begin Embroidery, please think about doing that. I have 3 levels. they start off level 1, 2, and 3, and each one of the levels have different perks. So you might be interested in that. Hit the join button, find out all about it. So consider joining. Also, do not forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be made aware of when I put up other videos. Also, be sure to share with people that you think would be interested in the video. And also, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. So, with all of that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and get started with the software part. And then we'll move on back here to the embroidery machine and get started on that. Okay, I'm at the laptop now, and hopefully you can see what it is that I will be pointing out to you. When you first use a dime software, this is called their tool shed. That is their initial free module that all of their other paid for software, which would be showing up over here, is housed. And I have their tool shed, I have word art with stitches, and what else do I have? I know I have, but anyway, I have a few more. But when it first comes on, this is the today's inspiration. This is the screen that always comes up, and you can go into different areas, software support, and book a lesson, free software, which this is, free design rather, and then previous monthly projects, and then also some of their events that they have. And of course, you can, down here you have icons where you can create a new design, open a recent used design, see what's new, and use their manuals. So I can go here, click that, and this is the design that I've already created and stitched out. And I will show you that in a little bit. So now I am at their working screen, and on this side, like I was saying, I have a few more. I have the cut and stitch that I've purchased, and this is what we're going to be doing today. And then I have several of the fonts that came with their word art and stitches program and monogramming. So that's what I have done with Dime. They have all of these other softwares that I've not purchased. Anyway, when you get in here and you go to this icon that is, let me see if you can see it. Might have to move the camera just a little bit because I don't know if you can see that part. Let's see where we are. I don't see my mouse, so it is over on this side here. Anyway, I see the mouse now. So up here in this corner, if you can see it, is a create a new document. You hit that, you get a clear screen. So like I said, we're in the cut and stitch. Let me see where we are. That is my default. So I am going to open what I already have. Hopefully I can find it and I'll show it to you. This is what I've already done. And how did I go about doing that? Basically what I did was I selected a font. So I'm going to go back to new. I hit the T for font, and then that's going to give me my text. It works a little bit like Embroidery, but not quite. Over here on this side, which again, I am, let me see if I can get this to move out a little bit. There we go. Maybe we can get more of the screen this way. Okay. Over here on this side is a area where you can select different fonts. And I don't even remember the name of the font that I selected, but you can hit different ones. And actually, I know what I did now that I think about it. I went into my Word Art with Stitches program, and I made that default temporarily. I went up in here to the calligraphy, and then that put me over here where I had options to choose from. And again, I still don't remember which one that I chose. That's not it. What in the devil did I choose? I don't know. Let me put this design back up, and hopefully it will tell me which one it is. I don't know if it's going to tell me which one, which font it is. It's not telling me what font it is. So I wish it did, but it's not telling me what font I chose. So unfortunately, I can't recreate this because I don't know what font it is, but that's okay. Let me go back to here. I'm going to choose a font. Doesn't matter which one it is. Just choose a nice thick font. Something that's cute, like I did. Anyway, let's do this one. And now I'm going to go back and close that out and go back to my cut and stitch, because what you have to do is make it your default in order to get all of your icons. So that's kind of weird, but remember that, because I had to find that out the hard way. So I went in here, and then they have a text box where you can just type in what you want to type in, and that's what I did. So then you hit apply, then that turns into whatever that word you want. And you have the opportunity to go over here and select your size as well, which I did because I wanted to put it on a t-shirt, and I wanted it to be pretty big. And so I selected 3 inches. So I have the word diva here. Now, you're able to select individual. Let me get out of this. Go here. And you're able to select individual letters. I think I need to ungroup it because I think it's grouped. Well, let me go back and do that. I need to be able to take these apart, and always hit apply. Whatever you do, you have to hit apply. Entering does not help. You have to hit apply, which was kind of different for me to remember that I had to hit supply. So I need to take these apart, and I'm trying to figure out or remember how I did that, how I took them apart and was able to do each one separately. So let me figure that out. Okay, it took me a second, but what I did, I had to turn this into an applique first. And now that it's an applique, I am able to select each one of these separately. So I can select take it out. I was able to go ahead and take out the eye. You can see I just drew a line around it, and I took the eye out and I deleted that out because I just wanted the D, the V, and the A, because I knew that I was going to go ahead and make that the eye the rhinestone. So this has been converted to applique. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the eye back in here because I just remember what I need to do is go ahead and make this a bling. So I went up here to bling stroke. Now that will change the eye to bling. And then if you go over to the left hand, the right hand side, there is where you can have different aspects, where you can select the size of your rhinestone or bling, which I always put it at 10 SS because that's what I have. You can choose whatever color, and it doesn't matter because whatever color you decide to choose once you cut it out is there. And then I also went on and decided I wanted to have you can change and have 2 colors, 1 color, or however you want to do it. And I kept it at 1 color, but I also wanted to do the style was fade out, and I think I had that at 3 or 4 and round, and then I applied. And as you can see, there is my design right there. Diva with the I, the V, and the A. And so it's not really complicated to do once you get a hang of it. And again, I'm still learning, but I was able to do this one even before I had the tutorial. And this is not 100% exactly the one that I'm going to actually do, but it's very similar to it. And when you're ready to do your saving, you have to go into your file, go all the way down to export bling, and then save that as a single page or a multi-page if you change your colors, which you have the opportunity to have multiple colors, multiple sizes, and what have you. And then when you get ready to save, you can go into your file wherever you want to save it and name it whatever you want to name it, and then you can choose what your cutting thing is. Now mine is set at SVG because that's what I set it at, which will work in my Cricut. So I'm sending this to my Cricut file. I'm not going to save this, but this is how you do it. Add a frame around it. Therefore, when you bling it, when you send it to your Cricut, it will have a frame around it. And once you get all of that, you hit save, and then you're going to have that in your desktop or wherever you save it at. And I can let me see, this is one that I have that I did for the crab, and let me see if I can find the actual one that I have saved for my well, actually this is the one that I have saved for the crab. That's the one that I actually used. And I'm going to open, hopefully I can find the one that I just did. I know it's in here. That's it right here. Now that's the one that I just did and I cut out and I showed you. So that's the one that I'm going to be using. So you can see that is a little bit different than the one that I just did. They're all SS10s, and it is my eye. So that's how I came about doing the project that I just did. I know this is kind of maybe not as clear as it needs to be, because again, like I said, I'm still learning how to do it. But as you can see, it's a little bit different than that one. This one is a little bit different. It's more, it's less scattered, I guess is what I could say. And of course, it looks different because my fonts are different, but you can see what I did. So now that just gives you just a little overview of how this program works. It is not difficult to work once you know what your icons do, and some of the functions, which you can learn if you decide to purchase this. They do have, at least when I bought it through the Fusion Fix presentation, they gave you a 30-minute free class, which I used. It was very good. You select your teacher. The lady that I select, name is Laura, and let me see if I can find her email. Her name is Laura Albright, and I picked her. She was very good, older lady, very good, very knowledgeable, very she explained everything in a manner in which I understood it. Also, they give you 3 little mini lessons in paper that you can follow through, and then they do have video tutorials that you can follow through. So they provide you with some education to help you learn how to do this, because I have not touched the surface of all of this that I have learned how to do. It would take up too much time. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of this. I'm not going to save it because I'm not going to use it. So I'm just going to go ahead and get out of this, and now we are ready to go over to the machine and start stitching. Before we get started with the embroidery, I just wanted to show you this little tote that I did. And this is the Krabby that I made. That's my very first design that I did. And this is not, this is glitter vinyl, but it's not the HTV glitter vinyl from Siser. But it worked, and I have the vinyl, I have the rhinestone, I have the embroidery. So I just wanted to show you that's the first one that I did, and I thought that it turned out really well. So I think this one is going to be really cute as well. And you're going to really love the jacket back when I do that one for the next video. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with this over here. So I already have my t-shirt hooped, and I already have my design on, and I've done my tracing. I'm not sure if I did the tracing, but anyway, I have the design on, and the color, let me see if I have the color chosen yet. No, I have not chosen the color yet. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And so I think I have all of that done. And I have my hands on there because I want to make sure that I can stop it so I can cut out my vinyl and everything. And I think I'm good. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. Then I'm going to do my tracing as I always do. I hate when I forget to put it on my #1 needle, because I like to do my tracing from #1. That's how I was taught. So I just do #1. It doesn't really matter because either needle, as long if it's going to fit on there, it's going to fit on there. So, but that's just a habit of mine. I love to do it with the #1 needle. but it's going to fit within the parameters. So I'm okay with that. It's hooped correctly. And you know, I forgot to check my bobbin. So I'm going to go ahead and check my bobbin again before we get started. And then I'll be ready to hit the embroidery button. So the first thing it's going to do is put down the position. It's an applique, so it's going to do the positioning stitch, and then it's going to do a tack down stitch, and wanted to make sure that the vinyl is not going to pull up, and then I'm going to tear the vinyl away once it does the tack down, and before it moves on to the satin. And I didn't do a color sort, which is fine. So it's going to do the whole process of the D, then the whole process of the V, and then lastly the whole process of the A. And then once that's done, that I'll brush in my rhinestones and do all of that, and then come back on video when I have pressed them onto the t-shirt. I'm not going to show you that process because we've already done the auto press and pressing rhinestone process in another video, but I will go ahead and do that and show you the finished product when it's done. I just wanted to show you how this is going to stitch out. So let me go ahead and hit the button here so we can go ahead and do the positioning stitching. So now that that is done, I am putting down my Siser Glitter Vinyl. I pulled off the protective plastic, and I'm just going to lay that up there, and it shall be ready to go ahead and stitch this down. And then once it's stitched down, I'm going to see if this is going to tear away as easily as they showed it on the presentation, because that's another reason why I wanted to go ahead and get the Siser Glitter Vinyl, because I wanted to make sure that it's going to tear away and do all of that without having to cut, which would be absolutely perfect. Now, I think this is the part where I need to tear it away. And see if that works. Let me pull this out. And see if that's going to actually happen. I don't see this tearing away at all, which is interesting. Interesting to me because it is not tearing away. Like it is said to do on the presentation, which I thought would be the, well, that was one of the selling points. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out and then be ready for the next step. So I have to be honest about it. Once I got it started, when I started with the applique cutting, it did rip away. So it does rip away, but you do have to kind of give it a little nudge. So that was okay. So now I will go ahead and let it do its thing. It's laying down its foundation for the satin stitching now. That's why I wanted to stop it so I can make sure that I got it torn away, cut away, or whatever needed to happen before it started its satin stitching. And I had it set to do one extra stitch in the inside of the vinyl that keeps the vinyl tacked down so it won't pull away doing wash and wear and what have you. So it did do that. And I'm going to stop it because I saw a just stitch that I want to get. If I can get to it. Well, I'll get to it. But anyway, I'm going to let this stitch out and then I'll move forward with the rest of the letters. And once I get all of the letters done, then I'll show you what that looks like. And then once I show you that, I'll show you what the rhinestone edition looks like. And we will have this t-shirt project done. Well, here is the result of the shirt. I think it turned out really well. You get up a little closer so you can see everything. The D-I-V-A, everything. I think it really turned out really cute. Now I did do the fade out, what they call the fade out of the rhinestones, and some of the stones are actually on the Glitter HTV vinyl, which I read somewhere where they don't advise you putting rhinestone there, so I don't know how well it's going to stick or stay. I know there were a couple of them that did not adhere to it, so hopefully they won't wash off. But if they do, they do. What can I say? I like the look, so this is the finished product. So I do advise you, if you have the cut and stitch software, to give it a try. I'm not advocating for anyone to purchase the software because it's not inexpensive. I did get it when they had their sale on, so I did save a significant amount of money when I purchased it. Don't know, I think they're still doing the Fusion Fix presentations, and if they are, then you should be able to get that software at the discounted price. But again, I'm not advocating anyone to get it. I am not an affiliate for Dime. I just liked the prospect of the software. and what it could do, and the ease of its usage once you understood how to work the software. And I'm still learning. I have a lot to learn about the software. I have a lot to learn about all the softwares that I have, but at least I'm able to use them. So just wanted to give you this little demo of me using the cut and stitch, designing this design myself, setting everything up myself, using Siser HTV Glitter Vinyl, applique, satin stitch, and rhinestones. So that's it for this particular project. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. I really need that support. Also, hit the notification bell so you will know when I upload another video. Stop by every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, for the live stream. We have very interesting topics and we have a lot of fun with our discussion. And also, become a member. Hit that join button. Find out about the different levels, the perks. It's not expensive. And join the community. I do need that support. I do appreciate it. I have super chat, super thanks, super stickers. They're available to support the channel as well. So with that being said, I'm going to sign off. Until the next video, thank you so much, and I will be talking to you later. Bye-bye.